basically, he was, I guess you can call it a talent. He obviously was a really big part of the show. We would have been able to grow as fast without him. All right, so we did start the show together. Well, not.
They'll pick apart morality. They'll pick apart like the norms of society. But what they won't pick apart is whether or not racism is the worst thing a white person could exhibit. They all agree that that's black and white, right? Everything's black and white but that. Fuck you, Jew. And you too, Pajit.
Why are you
pretending to be?
Why don't you live in Israel,
Jew?
Jew?
When you're a disgusting fucking Jew.
What are you talking about?
Your homeland.
Why don't you guys pick some oranges in Israel?
Wow, those are really good arguments that you guys are making. Very good. Keep it going. What else?
What was it? To nibble on, Jew boy? I choose to
fucking
fucking nuke your entire country, you brown, savage, disgusting animal.
This is the important expression.
What the fuck?
Why is that okay, Brittany? Why do you not mute him, but you fucking mute me? Like, why is that okay? This is why people think that the whole fucking platform is racist and nobody wants to come here.
Now, Stardust, how did you meet this? She hasn't been on a treadmill in a while either. That's not the only thing she hasn't been on in a while. But who is she? Just tell us who she is, first off.
So yeah, she's on Twitch, and she was actually kind of newer when we came about, and she would do some debates for us and stuff. And she's grown quite a bit since at least we've started. She's got partnered on Twitch. But yeah, she just does left-wing content. She'll do debates and stuff. She's not bad, but she did swear us off when we got into some other drama with another girl. Stardust did end up asking to come back on our show that night, and it was like 5 hours in. Everybody was drunk. I was pretty drunk, and she asked some kind of I don't know, odd question, I guess, about like human centipedes or something, and I didn't even know what that. Somebody had to tell me what that meant, but they came at her pretty hard, and they came at her pretty hard. So now that's being clipped, and people are talking about how my show is racist and anti-Semitic, and we don't know anything about it.
I choose to fucking nuke your entire country, you brown, savage, disgusting animal.
This is the important expression.
What?
Why are you pretending to be?
Why don't you live in Israel, Jew?
When you're a disgusting fucking Jew?
What are you talking about?
Your homeland.
Why don't you guys pick some oranges in Israel?
All right, so we did start the show together. Well, not we had the show. He was in our Facebook groups, and he would kind of troll the show a bit. I didn't know, about the dissident right. I didn't know like these kind of people like even were a thing, and I was surprised how he's a really intelligent guy. He is, and so we started having him on, and having these shows with him and just kind of picking his brain, and we started to get we were going to start setting up debates for him. People started to debate him, but they didn't last long. A lot of people ended up seeing he was kind of just shredding these people, and we stopped getting requests. So I had put out a tweet asking if we had any good left-wing debaters, and we just kind of were growing the show basically.
What was the fallout though? What happened?
Fallout. All right. So basically, let me give it to you. So
just give us the straight dope. What happened here?
Yeah. All right. So we had, I think, different ideas of what we wanted for the show. He obviously was a really big part of the show. We would have been able to grow as fast without him, but he likes to say that he lost a year of his life. I don't think that's true at all, because he wouldn't have been able to get an online presence without us either. So it was a mutually beneficial relationship that we had. And so we had different ideas of what we wanted for the show. He wanted it to kind of be the BPF show where he just gets to dunk on lefties. And I wanted more of like a debate show. So he really was like against having anybody else that would kind of share the spotlight with him, I guess. Whatever. God, Rachel is just so.
I see in the chat, by the way,
right.
I'm sure that but we're trying to hear. I don't really know what happened either. That's the other thing is I don't know what happened. And of course, this is your side. I mean, obviously, we preface that. But yeah, go ahead.
So we you know, like I said, we were kind of growing these things together a bit. And, you know, he was basically, you know, he was, I guess you can call it a talent. He was we would get lefties to come and debate him and stuff. But as, I couldn't become like, he wanted it just to be him and Rachel that would be doing our debates. And he got a little bit cocky for a while, whereas like after he debated Destiny, it was like he didn't want to debate like low level people anymore. He was too big for that at that point. I wanted debates, and not everybody also is going to want to be able to debate him because he's a good debater. So I wanted more right wingers, and I wanted to have other people. Like whether Mio, like you can say he's like the best debater or whatever, it was more that I think Mio was kind of stealing some of the spotlight from him. He was really good content, and he didn't like that sharing that spotlight. So we had gotten into a lot of issues where this was the case. Like he really did just wanted to be the star of the show. It was like it had to be him, and not have other right wingers that were around. And I kind of Mio, like I said, he was the one who had been red pilling me all along. They had actually a Discord debate that was not live.
That's the one who had been red pilling you, the one you were talking about earlier in the conversation.
Yeah.
Red pilling, quote unquote. All right, go ahead. Now.
He okay.
I mean, is that true? Like, I mean, it sounded like that's
no. You know, BBF had been doing debates for us for like 6 months at the time, and nothing really nothing was really kind of working in that sense. But he was able to, I guess, reach me in a way that other people weren't. And it started to make me think a bit more. And then I started going down rabbit holes. And yeah. And now, according to the lefties, I'm a Nazi. So that's fun. We had a really big week. It was BPF and Rachel did a debate with Destiny and Bastiat. We had another panel where like Rachel had done with it was like an all-women panel on I forget what it was on, but there was some drama where this transgender person was in our Discord. Our Discord was getting very right-wing, and I was getting a lot of shit because I never modded the Discord. So yeah, we had a lot. I mean, the Discord was really fun. She started to gather up the troops and basically tell everybody to leave my Discord. She was kind of trying to collect information and trying to expose people and get our Discord shut down. It was this whole big thing. And this was like right at the time where me and BPF were like it was right before we were about to get our divorce. So we had a big show, and Mio was on. It was one of our pop-on panels, and I think for me, I believe that it was when Destiny came on with Mio, and because he was always very territorial about that for some reason. You get very jealous, like when anybody else, like I said, is getting the spotlight. And so he claims that he was mad because he had a debate earlier that week with this guy, Jangles. I'm sure you know. Jangles, right?
First off, I know Jangles well. We had him on the show, and he snaked me personally, basically over some shit that was not even debate or political fodder. And so, yeah, I think he's a piece of shit. Actually, yeah, I know that guy. Though. Yeah.
So they had a debate earlier that week, and it was on like transgender stuff, and because that's like BBF's like favorite topic. And so BBF decided to show this video of these like trans people breastfeeding their child, saying this is basically pedophilia and that like all this stuff. And so then Jangles' attack was, okay, if this is pedophilia, why are you showing child porn on site? And so that was their back and forth, and that carried over to Twitter. And then, of course, Twitter, being the sound of mind people they are, were tagging the FBI, like, saying that he was like showing child porn. But that debate was like incredibly hard to moderate because Jangles, is like an interrupting machine. They're just going at it. I told Jeff, I'm like, yeah, like there's no way I could have you guys on together again. It's too hard to freaking moderate. He, for some reason, took it as me saying that I'll never have Jangles on again. I've never said that honestly about anybody. I've never said that I would never have anybody, any particular person on again. I've never done that. Not once. And so for him to claim that I would have said that is just retarded.
No, I understand. It's a long story. I mean, it's got some twists and turns, but what is the, fulcrum? Like, what is
this is right when we were having our split. So basically, it was like that was like a day before, and then came the Mio thing. I get a message from BPF saying that he can't, that he's quitting, which he did like 2 times also before that. So I figured, okay, he's just gonna, get over it and cool off, and then he'll be fine. But he decided to quit, saying that I betrayed him because I ended up having Jangles on that night. And so, hold on a second. So basically, he got mad at me. I don't think that was the reason why, but he got mad at me. He quit. And then.
So he quit. You're saying he quit first.
Yeah, he quit. I figured it was supposed to be a cordial quit. He said, like, don't talk about me, I won't talk about you, and we will just go our separate ways. I'm like, okay, fine. I don't want you to quit. I mean, I told him, like, maybe if you have some time and just, like, if you want to talk about it, I'm not, I don't want you to quit. I didn't want him to quit. But he did, and the thing that made it permanent was when he decided to release our private DMs to people like the Banana Clan that were trying to get our Discord and our show shut down. So he was basically giving them DMs that we have Nazis on our server and we have Nazis in this stuff, and that to people that were like advocating us like getting shut down.
I was getting a lot of shit because I never modded the Discord.
That was where I didn't see that coming at all. So yeah, that ended us completely. Like, so I ended up telling, Mio some of the things that he had said about Groypers after that, and so Mio came at him on that sense, like where he was talking shit about Fuentes and stuff, and saying, I don't know, he like, I guess, parted ways with the whole race realism is where he parted ways with on the Groypers. But yeah, he was just talking shit about Fuentes and saying, like, that he's smarter than him, that he's poison, that he and that, I mean, like, I would have never even leaked that or anything, but after he did that with the trans clan that's trying to get us shut down, I was like, all right, gloves off, let's do this. And then there's a lot of stuff that I still haven't done. Like, I still held a lot of things back. I don't know. But that's where we all the shit ended up happening, and it's just kind of been like a little spiral ever since. We've just had a lot of back and forth. We had a few times where we were having a peace treaty, and then he broke it and did a lot of fucked up shit. And now he is dead to me.
All right. Okay.
I mean, there's a lot more, but I know.
No. Well, yeah. I mean, obviously, honestly, I have to catch myself sometimes too. Like when you're going through it, it's like, okay, yeah. I mean, we could
so
go.
Much. It's like...
Yeah, it's like, and of course, I see Rachel in the chat again. I'm not trying to take any sides in the dispute and everything, and I know that they'll want to come and say their side, and that's fine too. Like we love that here. But I did want to ask you about it and get kind of some background there.
Basically, he was, I guess you can call it a talent. He obviously was a really big part of the show. We wouldn't have been able to grow as fast without him.
All right, so we did start the show together. Well, not